Hello and welcome to a game of Dota 2. You are watching Recall EMS Cup 3, rather. It is Recall EMS 1 Fall 2013, but the cups are 4 in total, and this is already Cup 3 of 4 cups that you will see in total. Next week is gonna, of course, be the 4th cup. For now, Fnatic in the first round up against GamersLeague. The winner of this matchup will be facing Menace in round number 2, and we'll also be casting that one out. And those are the 2 games that you can see today on this channel. Of course, there are a lot of other channels also streaming out a lot of games, because there's 4 games in total going on at the same time right now. And of course, the semi-finals and the finals will be played tomorrow, so it's only 2 rounds that we see today. Fnatic on the Radiant side managed to get a first pick. They have, of course, banned out the OD and the Lifestealer, as GamersLeague is going to decide if they're going to let the Batrider through or if they still want to ban it out. They already removed the IO from the pool. Lifestealer by Fnatic removed. I kind of find that interesting. I mean, GamersLeague is a fairly newish team in terms of composition. I mean, we've seen all these players before. Most anyway exist. Our man Blue Banana, we've seen them all. German squad, of course, and none really known for their Lifestealer. However, Era really known for his Lifestealer, but Fnatic removing it from the pool themselves and don't want to give that one to Era, so perhaps they're going to try to secure themselves an anti-mage. But for now, they pick up No Tail's Visage, also no joke. And we're going to see if he can dominate with that one, as we saw him dominate with that one earlier today in Star Series. Nyx Assassin also picked up by Fnatic, so that's going to be their support combination ready. As you might have noticed, by the way, there's no co-caster for me for this one, unfortunately for me, and unfortunately for you as well. But that's okay. We'll still have good games of Dota, and it will be okay. It will be okay. I like the Naga Siren Darkseer combination. We've seen those two together a lot now. They don't really lane together, but of course they've got great synergy later on. The control that those two bring is just insane. And I mean, they don't really have to work together, though they can, of course. But the control that these two bring is pretty insane in terms of team fight, of course. And of course disengaging in team fights, the same story. GamersLeague already looking pretty good on that one, and looking solid for potentially an aggressive trial lane, potentially a safe lane. They don't give away anything for this one just yet. Of course I meant aggressive safe lane, or sorry, trial lane safe lane with a Naga Siren support. Keeper of Light perhaps to follow up on the ensnare. But just overall, really secure picks for GamersLeague without giving anything away. Same thing goes for Fnatic. Visage and Nyx Assassin, a support duo that we see more often. But both can be run either aggressive or safe lane. And if it's of course safe lane, we might see them roam around a bit more to try and get some kills, or trying to help their mid lane out slightly if Handy needs some help. Of course, for Fnatic, they had a period where they tried out No Tail in the mid. They swapped back from that, by the way. They have got Handy back in mid lane and No Tail back on the support role. A Gyrocopter removed by Fnatic. And also the Lifestealer, I mean, Nature's Prophet removed by GamersLeague. Of course, they want to have Trixie playing that one, though Trixie has a lot of strong heroes that he plays. We still have a Timbersaw on the pool. I'm not really expecting that, but we have seen Trixie playing that one a couple of times lately. I'm kind of curious to see if we're going to see any of those newish heroes. I don't know if I can still call them new heroes, because they have been picked up quite a lot in the scene recently. But of course I'm talking about Timbersaw, Troll Warlord, Elder Titan Centaur, maybe a little bit as well, but they're a bit more rare at the moment. Though we do see them, definitely, but they're a bit more rare than the other two I just mentioned. GamersLeague, one more ban to go before they can pick a hero up. They ban out the Spirit Breaker. Now, we know that Fly has played Spirit Breaker as a support in the previous game, and he was doing really well with that in the end, actually having a BKB and a Mask of Madness. So that is definitely something that would have been very strong, though I don't think that Fnatic actually plays Nyx as, or sorry, plays the Spirit Breaker as a carry role. They rather go for the Alchemist in this one, so leaving the anti-mage for what it is and go for Era Alchemist. Now, of course, it could be that GamersLeague is expecting that Nyx Assassin could be mid, but I'm kind of expecting him to be a support. Of course, there's plenty of options, but in this case, I think it's safe to say that he will be a support. Weaver pick up by GamersLeague, I like that. I do think he needs another core, though. He needs another hero to help him out, especially since there's an Alchemist, like one-on-one with Alchemist versus Weaver. If there's vision on the Weaver, Alchemist is gonna win that duel, basically. That minus armor hurts Weaver a lot, and in theory you shouldn't be able to time-lapse before you die. Because there's not only the unstable concoction, but also an impale to come out, and that should be enough disable for a Weaver. Depending on if he has a Linkus, of course, and how long into the game it actually is. GamersLeague thinking about their next pickup, having a Weaver. Do they want to already secure their mid game or another support? I mean, it's not really, their lineup doesn't really show that they're going to be having another core hero, depending on what is their mid, because their mid right now is forced to be a semi-carry, like a Dragonite or a TA, something that can transition into late game and do really well for themselves, unless they know that they're going to be winning the mid lane up against Honey and have like a dominating Queen of Pain or something like that. That could be worth it too. But I don't think that in this case it's gonna be enough. And Darkseer, of course, already there to go on the solo lane, and then Weaver on the carry lane. Whichever that might be, or trial lane rather, I should say. Be that on the safe lane or on the aggressive lane. Both are still options, even though I'm kind of hoping that it's gonna be a safe lane for now. For GamersLeague purposes, because a Weaver, a Naga Siren, and anything else that you can add up to that is gonna be having a tough time up against a Visage, Nyx Assassin, Alchemist tri lane. And I wouldn't actually be surprised if Fnatic tries to run this aggressive and just have maybe a solo mid Alchemist, as we have seen them do before, and then just run a Nyx Assassin, Visage, something else aggressive tri lane, and something safe on the solo lane. Definitely a potential there, as GamersLeague secure themselves a Timbersaw, so that's going to be there. That's going to be their mid lane, I believe, and Fnatic, of course, now already knowing what they're going to be up against, might decide to pick up their mid laner as well, just to have that secured, to not have any heroes banned out. Nope. Never mind that, they pick up their solo lane, they pick up their bounty hunter, and that's going to leave GamersLeague in a guessing position. Which hero does Fnatic want to put mid? And of course, which hero does GamersLeague's mid player not want to face when he is playing the Timbersaw? And Timbersaw, of course, I mean, right now, like in the player names that we actually see, that we actually recognize on the side of GamersLeague, exists RMN and Blue Banana. I don't think there's any typical mid on their side, or at least not that I recognize. So I'm kind of curious to see what they're gonna be doing with that. There goes the puck. They don't want to be having that up against the Timbersaw. Of course, that's a lot of control right now. Like, in terms of lineup, just overall, like, disregarding Timbersaw mid, the one thing that separates the two teams most of all is GamersLeague is just looking very good for 5-on-5 team fights if they are doing okay in the lane. They've got a song to disengage should it be needed. Darkseer, of course, a big teamfight hero with a vacuum and iron shells, Darkseer walls, you name it. Chakram from the Timbersaw, and Weaver just weaving himself in and out of the fight and just trying to pick up heroes from the backside.
10 seconds remaining.
So overall, looking pretty strong with that one. Fnatic, in terms of their teamfight, their main strength comes from trying to get triple impales if they can get it, and of course Alchemist's acid spray should not be underestimated. That armor definitely makes a difference, but no real teamfight control. So a puck would have been nice indeed. With the Bane now banned out by Fnatic, removing that from the pool, just in case GamersLeague wanted to have that. Of course, that's a strong one to shut down the Alchemist, because right now, Alchemist, the only thing that you can do against him if he puts up a BKB is ensnare him with the Naga Siren, which is going to be strong regardless, but still. Ooh, I like this pickup. Rubik is not really necessarily a strong one in combination with a Naga Siren or anything like that, but the brilliant thing about a Rubik in this game, I think, is going to be if Rubik is able to steal track. Because that is going to be Fnatic's strength right now. They have the killing potential, they have got the ganking potential, especially if Alchemist picks up a Shadow Blade, and track is going to be a big part of that. And if GamersLeague can make sure that the track is going to actually work against Fnatic, then that's a big win for GamersLeague indeed. As Fnatic will use maybe some of their bonus time to think about this last pickup. We still have Queen of Pain in the pool if they want to try something like that. No, we're going to see Armen Invoker. That's the one that we're going to see. Armen Invoker, that's the wrong team. Honey Invoker. Now, I say that because the last time that I saw Invoker, it was actually for Armen. It was when he was playing for Ubos. I believe it was yesterday. And he was playing Invoker up against Armen. Or Armen was playing Invoker. It was the first Invoker I've seen in ages. But we're gonna see a Honey Invoker now. It's been quite a long time since we've had the pleasure, so I'm really curious to see how this goes. And if he's able to take home the lane, of course, up against that Timbersaw most likely. Well, we'll see how the lanes are going to be distributed exactly, as we are, of course, inside the game. Of course, once again, welcome to the EMS Cup 3. It's, of course, EMS Cup 3 of 4 cups that are going to be happening in total. And this is round 1 of the third cup. We're going to have the first 2 rounds played today, with the rest all played tomorrow. Today there's going to be some overlapping games. There's 4 games going on at this very moment. And then, of course, tomorrow there will be... no overlapping games, so the semi-finals will be separately and then the grand finals afterwards. Everything is best out of 1 apart from the grand finals, and everything tomorrow is casted by Toby. Everything today is casted by basically people that are able to and want to. So you can probably find yourself some games on Twitch TV, but also, of course, these games are all inside the game client as well. You can watch them there if you want to. Anyways, let's go over who's playing what. We have got Fnatic on the Dire side. They have got a safe trial in here setting up. No-Tail will be playing the Nyx Assassin, which is surprising because normally he plays the Visage. But the thing is, as has been said during an interview at some point, I think at TA3, No-Tail actually, even when playing the Nyx Assassin, still controls the familiars. Like, that's the reason why No-Tail often plays Visage, because he has his micro is superb, and Fnatic recognizes that, so they just give shared control, and Fly will be handing over the control of the familiars. Of course, Fly then on the Visage. We have got Era getting telekinesis, not up the high ground though, just for some harassment. Might be, oh, it's actually quite a lot there. We're not gonna be able to chase him down though, unless they get a block in. No, in comes No-Tail saving the day. Era already forced to eat a tango, but he will be playing the Alchemist on the safe lane. It will be an aggressive trial from GamersLeague, but we'll get to that in just a moment. Hani will be playing the Invoker, will be in the mid lane, up against the Timbersaw as expected, and then Bounty Hunter played by Trixie, already pulling the creep wave towards his tower, as that is completely possible because Darkseer can't really do anything against it. So Trixie will get some free experience there. And let's take a look at GamersLeague, of course, the German squad. We have got Rain playing the Darkseer, will be on the bottom lane. We have an aggressive trial in here for GamersLeague. It is Armen playing the Naga Siren, Rubik taking on the... or Mim taking on the Rubik, Blue Banana taking on the Weaver, and that is your aggressive trial line right now as we have a pulse coming out. Though this sentry actually, I don't think it scouts out this one. We don't see the vision right now since the game is paused, but I'm thinking it's just gonna be like this, like just past it. Well, we'll find out. Of course, in the mid lane, last one is Exist. He'll play the Timbersaw. And we'll be doing okay up against Invoker. Invoker does go for Exort first. It's kind of almost mandatory. Like, if you don't go for Exort, you almost mandatorily have to go for Blades of Attack, because his attack damage is just really low. Look at that, 43 base attack damage. So you need that Exort or Blades of Attack, and otherwise have some other way of getting your damage up fast. Timbersaw already sits on 56 attack damage, just without any items, so he is still ahead on attack damage compared to Hani. Of course, there's still the ranged versus melee kind of thing here, so Hani's slight edge for him. If depends on how much harassment he can actually get in. Exist not getting his reactive armor up, so that might help Hani harass him slightly more. But in theory, this lane, I'm not expecting anybody to die. I'm expecting last hits to be fairly even as well, depending on how much the nice Exist can actually get in. But we'll see how it actually pans out. In the meantime, Trixie versus Darkseer. I mean, Trixie's Bounty Hunter up against the Darkseer. There will still be quite a bit of harassment coming out from the Iron Shell, but because it's a solo lane versus solo lane, Trixie should still be getting the experience, and that's of course the reason why he's there to begin with. Get himself that fast level 6, rotate somewhere, and try to get a kill. Fnatic in the meantime, let's see, does it... Oh, it does scout him out, nicely done. In the meantime, Telekinesis, Fly in a lot of trouble here. Blue Banana coming in as well, and this could be first blood. This should be first blood. In comes the stun though. Blue Banana not able to get the first blood, but his teammate does. It is Mim that gets it. Rubik with the first blood money, able to upgrade the courier and get himself some extra gold. Era trying to do what he can, but unfortunately not enough to help out his teammate. And of course, No-Tail was counterwarding, so he wasn't in range to do anything either. Era, he knows that he's not going to get that much farm here on this lane. That's why he didn't pick up Grievous Greed. Just goes for the Acid Spray and for the Unstable Concoction, just to make sure that there is some fighting potential on Fnatic's side as well now. And we already talked about the trial lane versus trial lane potential, and I actually said Fnatic in theory should have a slight edge because Visage and Nyx Assassin are just so strong. But they actually have to both be there to be able to for that to work out. And with GamersLeague now having the first blood on their side, meaning that they have got the experience on their side, we might see Fnatic playing a bit more safe. But we still we'll see Fly and No-Till trying to hang around. Should someone be initiated upon next time, they won't be caught off guard. In comes an Impale, in comes a Sunstrike as well. The stun doesn't hit in time for Blue Banana though. The Sentry Ward still went down. Soul Assumption comes out for Fly, but doesn't get the kill. Telekinesis in a snare. Up on Fly, in a lot of trouble. Fly tries to get himself away. One more hit, there he goes. Another kill for the Rubik, another Impale. Up on the Naga Siren, but nobody actually goes down on the side of GamersLeague. They once again survive. And Blue Banana, of course, getting himself away from that Sunstrike. Pretty good thing for him, of course. That would have been a big pickup for Fnatic. And Centaur just going down slightly too late, I feel like, because otherwise the stun might have hit in time and there might have been a Sunstrike from Hani that actually hit. But that's a very scary combination already that we can look forward to if Fnatic actually gets it off, with the Sunstrike being maxed out right now by Hani, with of course the Impale, the Unstable Concoction, and someone standing inside the Acid Spray. That's gonna hurt like hell, and Fnatic should be able to get themselves a kill off of that. In comes in a snare, Era, charging up a stun, but it doesn't seem to be enough already. He tries to run, but again, ooh, 33 HP. Is Banana gonna chase this? Yes, he is. A Fateful already has it. Killing spree for this Rubik right now. He's got all 3 kills of the game. And right now, everybody on the side of Fnatic, or apart from No-Till on the tri-lane, got picked off. Twice for Visage and once for the Alchemist. This is a tough lane for Fnatic, and I feel like they are losing control there. Well, I feel like they have about lost control. Hani will pick up the haste rune mid. So far, Hani sitting on 10 to 9. A lot of the 9s up in his court. With Exist sitting on 17 to 6. So 17 last hits versus 10. Exist ahead in last hits, but slightly behind on the 9s. But it doesn't really matter that much for him. We have got Trixie, level 5. 16 last hits. Pretty decent, actually, considering he is an off-lane bounty hunter. Darkseer sitting on 25 though. In theory, he should not be able to miss any last hits because of his Iron Shell and his ability to tank creeps. But, yeah, still at least letting Lifestealer or letting Bounty on farm a bit. Era ends up stunning himself. Here comes a double Impale. Sunstrike already there. Our man might actually go down this time. One more hit away from dying. 20 HP. It looks like he'll live. No-Till the one to be forced to run away. His Alchemist already going down. There goes another kill. 5 to 0. GamersLeague is showing Fnatic the ropes here in this early game. This goes from bad to worse. Bounty Hunter in the meantime. The Iron Shell. The Vacuum. Is it enough? Nope. No detection. Could have continued walking with that Iron Shell about to disappear, and you don't really want to try and dive, and that's going to be Bounty Hunter level 6. Bottle up for Trixie. I think he should be roaming top to try and help that lane get into favor of Fnatic, because right now, GamersLeague, they're ahead on the mid lane, they're ahead on the top lane, they're ahead on the bottom lane, and of course, oh, it's pass. Oh, that helps. Thanks. Makes sense. More Germans. Sunstrike hits! The track kill is there. The first kill for Fnatic is on the board. Going the way of Trixie. Track gold, of course. Needed for Fnatic. They really need to catch a break somewhere, and they do. Do leave Exist to free from the mid in the meantime. 25 to 9, still with Hani. 17 to 13. In comes No-Till. Ooh. Hello, level 1 Nyx Assassin. Now, of course, I mean, in terms of level 6s, all supports in this game have got a quite important level 6. You have got a Visage that needs to have his familiars. You've got a Nyx Assassin that wants to have his Vendetta. You have got Fly wants to have his, or already familiar. Sorry, you have Rubik that wants to have his Spell Steal. And they've got a song that's needed to be there on the Naga Siren. So far, the support's so far ahead on the side of GamersLeague. And those ultimates are really going to make a big difference if they get them up ahead of time compared to Fnatic. We do have Trixie rotating top though, and they want to go for our men. The charge of the stun is there. They're going to go for him. The track is there. In comes a stun. In comes a Sunstrike. And down he goes. Brilliant setup. Sunstrike wasn't even needed in the end. And Fly with the last hit with the Soul Assumption. But yeah, definitely needed. Kind of awkward positioning for the Naga Siren. But she thought she was safe. But this is something that we know from Fnatic. If they're behind, they're not going to panic, and they're just going to be able to play their game still. And they're still going to be able to get track kills. I mean, 5 kills in the early game. Of course, it is, it is a big blow. Yeah, your trial lane on the top lane kind of failed. Fine, fair enough. But with track on your side, any fight can be won in the end. You can get yourself back up to speed with just one team fight. If you get a 5-on-5 team fight and a couple of track kills go your way, you're back. You're back in the game for sure. Honey, in the meantime, curious to see what he's going to go for. We've seen Invoker, last Invoker I saw was Armena said, going for a Hand of Midas. The reason you would do that, of course, is to try to get your experience up as much as possible and try to get those levels up. In comes Trixie here with Exist. There is a track up, Trixie just running for it. And Exist no longer going to have a surprise attack on the top lane with that track up his face. But yeah, I'm curious to see what Hani is going to build. Is he going to go for Hand of Midas, or does he want to just go for Force Staff and just mobility items, as we often see Invokers do when we actually see them? In the meantime, No-Till getting some experience on the bottom lane. He knows that Darkseer is still going to be having a potential to kill him, but he does have his Spike Carapace, so in theory, he should be able to get away, or at least buy time for maybe his team to come in. There will be an Impale, Spike Carapace, it might be enough. He doesn't have boots though, so he's not faster, especially not with a Surge. Actually, talking about that, Darkseer doesn't have boots either, so that's not going to be a chase there unless he has a Surge on. In the meantime, Blue Banana had some issues with Dota, so he has to restart his Dota. Blue Banana's been in 4 out of the 5 kills already. I mean, GamersLeague just doing really well in that department, and we see them being top 3 on last as well. If we look at net worth, though, this is a track kill for you. This is just a track kill. That's all that there is to it. Well, 2 track kills, I should say, of course. I mean, Naga Siren died for a track kill as well. But this is just Invoker, of course, wasn't involved in that kill on the top lane. At least he was too late with actually doing anything. He doesn't even have an assist. An assist. But Hani's still getting that gold from the track kill earlier. Bounty Hunter being involved in both track kills. The only downside here from this game so far for Fnatic, well, the only downside, one of the bigger downsides, I should say, is Era's Alchemist. He's still level 5. He's still got the levels. He's not that far behind on those, though he is behind. But Alchemist, he needs to have his farm. And he needs to have a free lane to do it in, ideally, with his Grievous Greed. And that's just going to be for him waiting for GamersLeague to disappear from this top lane. For now, they don't seem to be going anyway, though. I mean, they're getting a good deal out of this top lane. Blue Banana is getting decent farm. Of course, we have got Fnatic being shut down in the process. In comes Trixie, though. Maybe Trixie is able to scare them off. If they lose another fighter... Oh, look at that. Sentry Ward already placed up on the high ground. I think they saw that one. They must. They must have. So Trixie, is he gonna actually risk his own life right here? I doubt he will. And he's already backing off. Wise choice. And good play by GamersLeague for sure. No-Till in the meantime, level 4. Happy time for him. I'm quite surprised that Darkseer doesn't put more pressure up on him, considering he was level 1 when he joined the lane, and I don't know why he didn't try to make something happen. I mean, a level 4 Iron Shell does a lot of damage to a level 1 Nyx Assassin. Timbersaw, level 8 in the meantime, still hanging out in mid lane. Seems like, oh, wait a second, we have got a kill. Darkseer going down, Trixie coming in with a track kill, and Darkseer by himself going down to those two. It's not something that we were expecting to happen, that I was expecting to happen. He looked to be so safe, but Trixie making it happen. Trixie now level 8 off that kill, roaming mid, and wants to maybe try and do something up against Exist. This is a tough cookie to take, though, especially with that reactive armor. Maybe he can throw in some harassment, but a kill will be almost nearly impossible. Unless there's going to be a lot of help or a mistake from Exist. Nah, he backs off. Naga Siren doing the same thing as Nyx Assassin did, just going towards a lane that is open and up for grabs, taking some free experience. He really wants to get his level 6. Of course, Rubik almost having level 6 already on the top lane where he is. And I will be able to steal some sweet ass spells if he wants to. Alchemist making it to level 7 in the meantime. We have got Fly full level away from his level 6, and this is actually No-Till with that kill, of course, getting level 6. And this means that we might see Fnatic trying to make something happen here. Trying to get a kill up on that top lane. Oh, as we already have some more harassment coming on. Blue Banana not able to farm as freely as he did before. Especially not with Naga Siren missing. And a couple of heroes missing from the map, knowing that there is a bounty hunter roaming around, or there was, as he showed himself on bottom lane again. Getting some free farm, and of course making sure that Naga Siren can't farm, though he's still getting the experience, which is okay, which is nice enough for him. Sentry ward goes down just to make sure that No-Tail can live freely here. Gotta wait around, see if he can scout out Pass or Banana going past that lane or something. Let's see if he does. Oh, Pass! There he goes! Impale! Sunstrike will hit! That's a kill! Hani takes it home, gets himself the experience for us as well. Era not even needed. So ends up stunning himself. Has got 7 stick charges though, it's gonna be fine. That's a big pickoff for Fnatic. I say big pickoff is mostly that because it's the start of basically the rest of the game for Fnatic. Their trial lane that just did not work out, now over. Sentry ward, by the way, placed. So they'll see Trixie walking around. And oh my god! They see Trixie walking around there. I mean, this is a sentry ward! And still they let him pick up the courier. That's a big pickup, and it was just about to deliver the recipe for the mechanism to the Darkseer. That's a big loss for GamersLeague, and quite frankly, just a big mistake as well. Track going off, our man still only level 5, can't sink to save his life. In comes maybe a bit of help, Hani? No, never mind that, our man stealing himself a Sunstrike, pretty decent. Trixie's still hanging around there. There's 3 heroes actually mid here for Fnatic. As we have got Yule Scepter up first for Hani. And he's just gonna throw out the Deafening Blast Meteor combination and just make people completely helpless with that one. Let's see if he can throw it up on the Timbersaw to begin with. In comes a Vendetta Sunstrike, Impale first, and that's just obliterated. And Trixie not even there to land a track, unfortunately for him, but a clear kill. And it was 5-0 at some point. Now it's 5-5, and this is what Fnatic is going to be trying to continue to keep up. Continue to keep up this amount of aggression. Kills all over the map, track kills at that, and look at the difference in net worth all of a sudden. This Invoker, I mean, nothing special apart from him having 3 of the 5 kills, and some of those being track kills, but no Hand of Midas or anything like that. Didn't win his lane, last hits. But he is highest on net worth by quite a lot, by 1.5k compared to his other solo mid, his opponent, the Timbersaw. Big difference there, and Exist just not able to make his lane that he won in the end work to his advantage. In the meantime, Blue Banana getting tracked up, level 8, up against level 9 Trixie. And Trixie just hanging around here, just taking some farm. And I mean, Fnatic is in no rush for this game, right? They can just wait for this game to take as long as they want it. Sarah has got something else to show for, like a Shadow Blade or something like that. But because they have got decent late game, with Anne having an Alchemist, having an Invoker is definitely a decent late game hero if you're thinking about a late game in terms of having your BKB down to 4 seconds as well. Because a late game Invoker has got an Aghanim, it's got a Refresher, you can just spam out all your spells twice. And that's gonna be a very big late game hero if you can actually get that off. Pass getting stunned up here. He's level 6, still has that Sunstrike. Alchemist charge up a stun, but ends up stunning himself. In comes TPs. In comes Darkseer as well as Blue Banana's Weaver. In comes the ensnare on air already. Can't really get away. Now tries to run for it. Puts down the Acid Spray. This might be a comeback. Might be a turn and burn. Era still landing the stun. It's still going to be Weaver to go down. Era still alive. Now he dies. But in comes Hani. And there is a double kill for No-Tail already, as there's 3-4-2 so far. Exist getting himself out of there. Still gets a track. As him and Rubik are the only 2 survivors of the massacre on the top lane. We have got only Nyx and Era on his Alchemist dying. And I mean, No-Tail died after getting a double kill, so it's not even that bad. On top of that, some of those kills were track kills, because Trixie was there. Fnatic ending up winning that one, even though of course they were in a tough situation. Like, they could have been in a better situation to begin with. The Alchemist didn't have to die if they weren't trying to go for the Rubik way past the tier 1 tower. Smoke up for GamersLeague. They know that something has to change. And of course with the courier back, that's going to be the mechanism for the Darkseer. Smoke already popped though. Trixie hanging around there. Sentry ward goes down. Trixie, you're gonna get telekinesis and snared and brought down. And that's gonna be one dead bounty hunter. By the way, Rubik has stolen Chemical Rage. Nice one to have for Rubik, to be fair. Gives you a lot of survivability. Though I would really love to see a track steal or something like that, but can't have it all. Can't have it all indeed. Blue Banana farming on the bottom lane, going for the BKB first by the looks of it. This is just to counter the Invoker. And the disables coming off, of course, the disables that they have. Because Linken's is all fine and stuff. But if you're going to have AoE spells thrown at you, you're going to take a lot of damage still, regardless of your Linken. So BKB, probably good choice for a blue banana. As we have got the Darkseer, I mean with the mechanism, we already saw that one. Let's see what Timbersaw is building. It's going to be a Hood, with Hood is actually complete with a pipe to follow up on that one most likely. Naga, Siren and Rubik, of course, 2 supports. Don't really have that much to show for apart from Rubik, who's actually got 4 of the 8 kills thus far. Has been in 7 out of the 8 kills as well. I mean, he's been doing really well in this game. And I mean, he's got an urn, he's got mana boots, he's pretty happy right now, and I don't think that Armin is pretty happy. He tries to throw out the song, but no song because this, well, oh, wait, that's gonna be a safe Rubik's. Nice spike carapace, by the way. But yeah, stuns all over the place for the Naga Siren, couldn't get the song out. Blink Dagger now up for the Invoker, so more mobility for Hani. As we don't actually have a tower down just yet. I just realized that 16 minutes into the game. I remember saying that in the previous game when Fnatic was up against Poseidon, where it's quite, like, new. You don't really see that often, that there is no tower down yet on 60 minutes. Normally at least one of the 2 side lanes has got a tower down. But no towers down for the second time in a row for Fnatic, a game that Fnatic plays in. We'll see who the first tower will go towards, as we have got drums almost complete up on Trixie. Hani now indeed with a Blink Dagger and a Yules, seeing what Era is gonna buy. We are indeed seeing him building towards a Shadow Blade that will allow him to be a lot more aggressive in this game and just participate a lot more and a lot faster as well, rather than him just waiting for his goal to be done with his Grievel's Greed. I mean, why not just try to farm heroes with track, right? And I think they're definitely able to do that. Even exchanging kills is of course going in favor of Fnatic. You can't exchange kills with a team that has a Bounty Hunter and hope to come out ahead if your enemy team actually has the Bounty Hunter, of course. No Tail has the Vendetta up. Never mind, has the Vendetta down. It's only level 1. Disappears on the very, like, you only get a very short duration on that Vendetta. You have to already know who you're gonna go for. This Era very close, by the way, just needs 250 gold, and then he has his Shadow Blade ready, as we have 3 heroes again on the top lane. Look at this. Putting down a Centaur next to a Centaur. They don't counter just yet because they're still smoked up. They're hoping to scout something out here. Fly will be the target, and Fly will be brought down. No way that he is gonna live through that. Wow. Bit of overkill. Fly, actually! Urn Judge is there, in comes a song. This song actually helping Fly slightly right now, although he will send in the Chakram and he will end up going down, but it gives Fnatic time to help out Fly, or at least to get something in return here. They get the Darkseer straight away. Hani making that happen. Timbersaw getting Spike Carapace and getting brought down. The illusions that No-Tail picked up earlier working for them. The rest of GamersLeague backing themselves off. I mean, really, this could have been way easier for GamersLeague. It's like, kill off Visage. Don't throw out a Darkseer wall for that. Kill off Visage. Let him die to the Urn Charge. He would have died. And run away. But no, they came in with a song. They really wanted to fight. They paid for it. Of course, they still take down the Bounty Hunter, but, well, I'm not sure if that's worth it. In the meantime, Era getting telekinesis, pops his Chemical Rage, looks to go for a target. In comes Hani, and down goes the Rubik. Down goes past Blue Banana. Centaur goes down. There will be an Impale, but it will miss. And that means that that will be only a tower down unless Timbersaw can do something against it, because he's on his way. In comes an Ice Wall just to make sure that they're not going to be able to chase. And perhaps Fnatic is not even backing off. I mean, Hani is backing off by the looks of it. We do have the Shadow Blade just brought towards Era, so he might try and make something happen here, but there is already a Sentry Ward up, so he won't have the element of surprise in this one. Still 3 heroes here for GamersLeague. They really do not want to give up the tower. Oh, our men being the good support, just placing some warns. Here comes Hani, Meteor, Sunstrike, following up. This is a kill that can happen every single time that these two are together. Track kills, of course, go in the way of Trixie in the end, but a lot of burst damage coming out from Hani's Invoker. This is just a deadly build. We've seen, I'm sure everybody have seen this in pubs before, and it's super annoying if someone actually gets the levels up that fast and is able to make it work for them. Ooh, Centaur is still there. The Impale and the Track are still there up on the Darkseer, but Chakra makes sure that Fnatic does not chase down anything here. And this Sentry Ward will not scout out the Sentry Ward there, so no extra vision for Fnatic here on the top lane, as they have 4 heroes here on the top lane. The only one that they're missing is Hani, who, by the way, does not carry a TP scroll, so should a fight break out top, Fnatic might be in some trouble, because they really could use Hani for that damage. It's just insanely crazy how fast he blows someone up, and he's actually going for, well, I dare I say, I wanted to say Orchid, but then I realized that maybe Hani just wants to have a refresher straight away. I don't think it's that, but it's definitely an option. Timbersaw with his hood complete, Central Wars being placed just in case. Naga Siren has got the song up again in 11 seconds. And of course, Central Wars do not scout at each other. It should a Bounty Hunter coming around. GamersLeague will know. Bounty Hunter, who's hiding on the bottom lane, has got a double damage in his bottle. Nobody there on the bottom lane, by the way. It's been abandoned just completely for a while now, so nobody getting free for him. Just the creeps having free reign with those towers. Both towers dropping lower and lower, with of course the one on Fnatic lowest at the moment, as you just saw. And we have a smoke up for Fnatic. So they're rotating into the Radiant jungle. Either they're just going to clean it out, or they're going to try to find someone. They know that Darkseer's here. I think they just... No, they did not see him. Never mind. They're just going to take a tower on the bottom lane. There has still not been a tower dead this entire game, which is still quite crazy. And look at that gold difference. 5k gold in favor of Fnatic. Those track kills just really making a big difference here, as we have the experience graph far below that. As in below in terms of dropping down, so it's actually higher difference going towards the 8k in favor of Fnatic, who are now indeed taking down the tower. In the meantime, on the top lane, Era going for our men here. Stonestrike comes in as well. That's going to be Naga Siren taken down by Hani. Era running himself away from this one. In comes Hani with the Meteor and going for Blue Banana. Can he time lapse in time? Yes, he can. Yes, he can. Track up on the Timbersaw. Tries to get himself away from this fight. Blink forward on Hani. In comes the stun from the Alchemist as well. Will hit. And that will be a kill up on the Timbersaw. Track kill, of course, at that. Fnatic being back there on the top lane very fast. And, of course, tower on the bottom lane still going down. As the first tower to drop from this game, Fnatic showing no signs that they got 5-0'd at the start of the fight, the start of the game. Of course, not all at the same time for people that missed it. It was just 5 kills will happen on the top lane. I'll go on the way of GamersLeague, but after that turned to 5-5, and since then it's 10-15, very far in favor of Fnatic right now, 5 kills in favor, as it is in Orchid. Okay, thank you, and there's actually a Sunstrike used, we don't really see where, but we're gonna see if Era's fine. Yes, he is. Nice deny on the tower in the meantime. Shurkentoss interrupting the TP from the Darkseer. Income familiars as well there, of course, looking to try to stun up this Darkseer so that he can't run, can't hide. He can't even run with towards his tower because his tower's not there anymore, and that will be one Darkseer dead. Just a cold snap needed from that one. Monster kill for Hani, who was 8-0 to 6. This is an insanely farmed Invoker. Look at that net worth difference. It's just insane. I just said, like, it's... The gold graph is almost 10k in favor. It was 5k when I said it, but... Ooh, Impale up on Blue Banana. In comes the song. Saving Blue Banana. Should be able to time-lapse get himself out. Yeah, there we go. Alchemist will end up stunning himself. Yeah. Nice escape. But again, an escape... The question will be then later on, do they have the late game? Does GamersLeague win this if this game goes very late? I'm not sure. I don't think so, actually. Naga Siren can maybe transition into something more, but it will take a long time before he's actually ready for that. He is lowest on net worth at the moment. Weaver, of course, definitely able to be a carry. He has got his BKB ready in 40 gold, so that's nice for him. Darkseer able to contribute a lot in a team fight. With Timbersaw not able to have a dominating of a role as we sometimes seen him have. So, late game, I would still put it in favor of Fnatic. We'll find out though as Hani is soloing up Roshan. He can do that. And that means that that's going to be an Aegis Invoker. I mean, he didn't die yet, but apparently he doesn't want to do it in the next 6 minutes either. So, can be a bit more suicidal if he wants to. We have a Blink Dagger up on the support Nyx Assassin. That's when you know when things are going bad for you, at least for the opponent team of that one, of course. As the tier 1 tower top still drops. In comes some TPs though. Trixie coming in first. Already lands a track. In comes a TP on no-tail. Spike Carapace goes up straight away. Hani's still getting a snare, but it doesn't matter. He can still cast spells from there. Nyx Assassin will still end up going down. But Naga Siren already dropped as well. In comes more tracks. Down goes the Rubik. Down goes also the Darkseer. Tries to run for it. Actually running together with Blue Banana. Might be able to search himself away, but Hani back in this. And already get himself a double kill. And down goes Banana as well. That's a triple kill for Hani. By the way, his Aegis did get used, of course. He was just bursted down by Banana. But that was a pretty good fight for Fnatic again. They only lost 1, took down 4 in return of those. And a lot of those, of course, were track kills, courtesy of Trixie's Bounty Hunter, who, by the way, looks to be building towards a Desolator of all items that he could think of. Hani, that's going to be a start of his acronyms. This is a very scary Invoker, if you didn't notice that already. You should be noticing it right now. He's 11-0-2-6. He's been in 17 out of the 20 kills. TP's coming in. They want to defend their tier 1 tower for GamersLeague here on the top lane. It's going to be 2 versus 4 though. I'm not sure if Exist really wants to take that fight. There is no song for the Naga Siren either. Trex going up. Naga Siren will be the first target. This is not going to be something that our man is going to live through. No, there comes the silence up on the Timbersaw as well. Already stunned up, tracked up, and Mech might be saving his life. Tries to do something, will actually end up helping out, killing off the Alchemist, but does end up going down for a double kill still for Hani. Trex up on the Darkseer. Fnatic back off though, and Hani actually still getting picked off by the Rubik there in the end. So that's gonna be finally, for the first time this game, GamersLeague getting a break. They still have their tower. Fnatic dive in that, of course. I mean, they got themselves track kills, and they've got themselves a Timbersaw, which is pretty nice. Oh my god, and they got themselves a Darkseer as well. But they don't end up getting the tower, nor do they keep Hani alive, which is a pretty big deal, because he's level 18. Look at the level difference. That's a bunch of level 12s killing off a level 18 target. You get a lot of experience for that, and dare I say that there was no level 13 Darkseer yet before that happened, but I guess we'll never find out, or at least unless you watch the replay. But yeah, you do get a lot of experience for that. So far, lowest level in the game is still Armen, who is the only one that doesn't have a level 2 ultimate yet. Which he really wants to have, of course, purely for that cooldown. Ooh. No-Till thinking about diving there, but changed his mind. Realizing that Armin was too far away already. Look at this ward, by the way. Too bad. Too bad. Trixie having his BKB ready. Actually, no Desolator at all. BKB it is. Goes from behind for the tier 1 tower. Really wants to have it, but the fortification gets put on. Tower is now in the deny range, and I don't think they want to let it have it denied, so they're going to be trying to make something happen, possibly. There's still a song up on our men, though. It's going to be risky to do something. Down goes the ward finally. Tower in deny range, fortification off. Is Blue Banana going to finally deny that, or are they going to try to use it as bait? Down goes the tower, denied. Spike Carpet goes up, in comes the song, because Naga Siren taking a lot of harassment here. TP's himself out. In the meantime, tier 2 tower on the bottom lane goes down. Hani able to get that one. More tracks going on as Trixie comes around to play. Not kills, just tracks. Hani, by the way, he's just pushing by himself. Why not, right? Nobody is coming on this bottom lane. I mean, I've said it before. The bottom lane was completely void of people the entire time. Only now the people coming in to defend. 4 heroes of GamersLeague actually coming in to defend. And Invisorin for No-Tail. Maybe he can make something happen here, but he's by himself. Sunstrike, of course, will always be there if he needs it. And actually, there's a Visage around as well. In comes an Impale, Sunstrike, in it comes. Is it enough? In comes an Ensnare. No-Tail, not able to chase Exist down. Spike Carper still there, actually, helping out. But that's going to be No-Tail in some trouble. Telekinesis Center goes down and gets picked up before he reaches the ground. In the meantime, the Visage getting forced back. Hani also waiting behind the tier 1 tower. This is the last tier 1 tower standing in the game in total. GamersLeague, no more tier 1 towers up, and Fnatic is the only one left. And it looks like they're just gonna sack it. They still have a fortification up though, so if they want to defend it, they could give it a go. But without an Nyx Assassin, when Visage so low. Oh, Hani, he doesn't care about that. Goes for the combination here. Is it enough to take down Exist? Nope. Track still goes off. Telekinesis still up on Hani. Might turn himself around. Goes for our men. Already silencing him up. Trixie going for the next target. There goes a Janata, a track, and this should be a kill. Soul Assumption, one more hit away from dying. Oh my god, is he gonna live through this? Trixie chasing him down. Down he goes. Invoker still able to get the last hit in the end with the cold snap. And Vendetta used. By the way, this is indeed Trixie tracked up, aka Rubik finally did it. Pass finally stole himself the track. And he gets himself a Blink Dagger now as well. He has 7 kills out of the 14. Oh, Darkseer, Sunstrike will be there. Soul Assumption as well, the slow. Tries to search himself out. Familiar Stones are going to be too late. In the meantime, Era. The person that we haven't really seen that much of this game, as in, of course, at the start he was shut down heavily, and then we saw him picking up, of course, his Shadow Blade. But basically, the name of the game for this game for Fnatic is Hani and Trixie, just making it happen, right? But Era right now, he's got a Basher on top of his Shadow Blade, is sitting on 2k gold. He's doing really well, as the deny does not come in. Hani in the end with the last hit there. And with the Aghanims ready as well, so... Oh, that's gonna be some trouble. In comes an ensnare, No-Tail stuck there for now, but... The person that dies is a Timbersaw. No-Tail might still go down. Telekinesis is there, but nice deafening blast coming up. BKB turned on by the Weaver, goes for Honey. Vacuum is there, but the Yule Scepter will keep him safe for a little while longer. In comes the Darkseer Wall, double impale coming off from the Nyx Assassin. No-Tail making it happen. Our man with the song though might be setting for something up. Trixie still hanging around here. And a buyback for the Timbersaw. They really want to take down these two, but the BKBs go on. In comes Hani, in comes Era, and down they come after the tornado. Naga Siren already picked up. Darkseer will be next. Track kills all over the board exist. Tries to get himself out of this one. Might still take down Hani, but I don't think he can. I don't think he wants to try. He is able at least to take down a bounty hunter. So no more tracks for him as he gets put up in a tornado and gets brought down afterwards. That's well, almost team-wide. Pass the only one that does not die there. Able to get himself out safely, but that's the only one that does not die. And Fnatic got themselves a couple of track kills out of there. And of course, important thing to note is that Timbersaw actually bought back for that fight. And then he died again. So very sad for him. And he is now even poorer than he was before. He's actually still going for the Bloodstone after the hood. It's not going to be up anytime soon though. Not at this rate. Not for sure. There's Fnatic. I mean, they lose Trixie, but that's okay. Trixie now tries to make up for not getting the Desolator earlier. He's trying to go for the Desolator now as Era gets tracked up and snared. Telekinesis already there. He might as well hit the tower while he's here though. Look at that damage coming through. Familiar's helping out as well. And actually, GamersLeague not trying to do anything just yet, and they just let Era escape. Tower down to half HP already. Next time Fnatic is knocking on that tier 3, it will drop. Meantime, Hani has got himself 2,300 gold. Sitting pretty comfortably, I think, in this game. I mean, 16k, almost 70k net worth. 17k, of course. Which is more than double the amount of the highest of GamersLeague, which is still Blue Banana, who after his BKB is starting to go for Desolator as well. But basically, Blue Banana, his farm... Oh, wait a second. Can he get away from this one? Yes, he can. Turns on his BKB. And that's a BKB charge that was 7 seconds. Gonna take lower and lower. And the lower it gets, of course, the better it is for Hani. But right now, Blue Banana, compare his inventory to that of Trixie. I mean, he wants to do the same, but he just doesn't have it. Exist, trying to timber chain himself away, successfully so. In the meantime, on the bottom lane, No-Tail in some trouble. Telekinesis vacuumed and tornadoed, or Yuled rather. Gets himself out in safety though. In comes an Impale upon the Darkseer, as we already have Naga Siren picked up. That's going to be Darkseer trying to get himself away, but will be picked up. That's another kill. That's 4 kills already. Blue Banana, last one alive for his team, tries to get himself out with the Shakushi, who runs towards his tier 4s, leaves Fnatic in his base, and actually they're going to try and chase that, but they don't have a track up, nor do they have detection, so they're just going to try to go for a tier 3 tower, I would assume. Why not, right? Why not at all? I mean, Fnatic dominating this one, 25k gold in their favor, 30k experience almost in their favor, and at this point, dare I say that it's near impossible to get back unless Fnatic gets some real throws up on here. But otherwise, GamersLeague will be out in round number 1 of EMS Cup number 3. Here comes the combination again. There's no way that our men can live through that. None at all. Oonage. Oonage. Is microphone a bit loud? That's not good. I can turn it down slightly, actually. There we go. GG gets called. Raise your hand if you're surprised. Or at least maybe after, or like after the first 5 minutes, you might have been surprised to see Fnatic still win this. But in the end, their kills and their advantage, they just ramped up so fast. Unstoppable Fnatic, and they're gonna be moving on to the next round. Next round will be up against the Finns. They're gonna be up against Menace, so formerly known as Red in the Dark. And we're going to see them in, of course, a best out of 1 game again for a game in the EMS Cup 3. As No-Tail will still fall, maybe not. Someone cancelled the GG, by the way. As in, doesn't show the end screen just yet. Rubik will still go down, pass. And then comes the song. But the creeps bravely try to fight a tier 4 tower. There's just no way. There's just no way.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Perhaps we're gonna see another GG call to try and end the game, but otherwise we're just gonna have to wait until Fnatic clears out the throne, which they're gonna go for right now. So of course, thank you for watching. You are watching the EMS Raid Call Cup number 3 of 4 cups that are going to be here in total. Of course, today is only round number 1 and 2 of Cup 3, with tomorrow having the semi-finals and the finals, the grand finals being best out of 3, the rest all best out of 1. Of course, I'm Shiver. You can follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/ShiverGaming, and I will also be casting the next game for you, Fnatic versus Menace. Stick around for another game of Dota 2 for EMS Raid Call 1 Cup 3. Don't go anywhere.